All right, got us a project here that we finna start on here pretty soon. I think y'all might like it. It's a little different. It's not a small half-ton pickup or anything like that. Something I've been wanting to work on for a long time. Pretty neat. I've had this thing for a while. Let me flip it around here and show y'all. What we got here is a 64 Chevrolet C60. Now, I rescued this thing from being cut up and taken to the scrapyard here about 6 months ago or so. It's in pretty decent shape. It's not fantastic, but it'll get the job done. Fenders and step panels down here are in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of cab rust, and this door won't open, but that's not a big deal. Frame's in really good shape. Nothing's bent. Everything's nice and straight back here. It's got an old 2-speed rear end, and I'll get to all that in just a little bit. Gonna be pulling it out of the weeds here pretty soon and taking it up there to the shop and getting it all cleaned up, ready to be tore down. It's got the original, I think it's a 230 inline 6. I know these things could be gotten with a 250, 292 and all that, but I'm pretty sure by looking at it, I think it's a 230. Not locked up, but it's missing a bunch of parts, and there's pretty much nothing we can do with it. But this side's nice and straight. You know, got the cab lights. Everything's in pretty good condition. Floor wise, it's got a good bit of rust, but like I said, we'll take care of that. That's not a real big deal. But overall, it's a nice solid truck. And I've got big plans for this thing. Basically, we're going to do an 8.3 Cummins swap. It's going to have an Eaton Fuller transmission. I've got a Chevrolet 4500 dually axle going in the back of it. And it's going to be on airbags, step notched, 4-linked, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, big plans for this thing. But anyway, here's a shot of the inside so I can get it to focus. Yeah, this window's broken over here. It's missing the gauge cluster. A bunch of grass and spiders over there, so I'm not really going to go digging in and opening the doors up. Like I said, it's got a little bit of damage right here, but it's going to be a rat rod. It's not really supposed to be all prettied up anyway. But yeah, we've got, I don't know if you can see way over there, we've got our axles and things sitting over there ready to be tore apart. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty long project as I go, doing rear ends, front ends, suspension, mounting the engine, all that. Going to be making build videos. Going to do a little bit of body work. I'm not real good at body work, but it's a rat rod. We'll see what we can do. I know there's a lot of people out there that have talked about, you know, these C60s and these big trucks like this to not cut them apart, not tear them all up, because, you know, there's less and less of them every day. People take them to the scrapyard and get rid of them because they don't realize what they have. And I'm part of that camp too. I don't want to tear anything up that's kind of a piece of history. But, you know, as you can see with this thing, I mean, there's really not a whole lot here. There's no bed, there's no PTO, there's no hydraulic system, and you know, it doesn't run, it's not complete. So honestly, there's really not a whole lot to save. So it's going to be a hot rod, and like I said, we're just going to start tearing it apart, start doing some mods, and yeah, I'll be putting out some videos as that goes along. The next one will be pulling it out, take some shots of it out in the open before I pull it into the shop, and then we'll have some videos coming out about cleaning it up, tearing it apart, getting the old engine and transmission out, pulling the rear end out, and just getting it stripped down to the frame. But yeah, I think this is going to be a start of a pretty cool project. So I'll be putting some videos out here within the next month or so, and I'm excited. So hopefully I'll see y'all there, and y'all can kind of come on this trip with me.